team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Caught over the middle. It's Anderson. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
That RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
Moving out of the pocket. Trying to get rid of it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Man, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Palmer. These two teams are ballers.
And this is a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line. And the intensity level in this game, it's simply unmatched in college football.
They're dealing with a second and long. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down after a huge completion. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. It's complete to the left. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. LSU right back to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got it in the middle. It's Sharp. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And here comes money down for this offense. Third down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
That was a big first down for this offense. Like, your defense was just on the field a lot. And so to get a first down, to get that clock moving, to get them a little bit of rest, now getting maybe a little bit of a rhythm offensively, big first down for this O.
Pushes ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown LSU!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run it from the gun. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first. First play of the period, first down here. They'll ride the hot hand. Inside the 45. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
It's a seam wide open. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown tie. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Leaves it with the running back. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
That it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. To the air. It's Nussmeier. The throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Trying to set up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Tigers are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have two left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. They'll start this drive going to the air. That's caught. It's Anderson. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys, they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. Pocket breaking down. Snagged in the middle. It's sharp. And he'll ramble to the middle. Knocked down. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room, probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Scanning the field, it's Simpson. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel it.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
And his passing game, they can't get in sync, man. They can't get in rhythm. It seems like all game it's been a struggle. Nice job by the defense, dropping back, breaking on the football. But this offense has to find their rhythm somehow, some way.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. Off and running. The 20. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bama!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. To the ground to try to move the chains. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On fourth down, looking to pass. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Makes the grab. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. They're going to run it to the right. Makes a man miss. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And that is is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Working that left side now. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Going for 6. Touchdown, Tigers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A 69-yard touchdown drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Here's a heat. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're...
And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on fourth down.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Simpson. Got it behind the line, it's Miller.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking downfield on first down. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Got some room to run. After making the interception, he sets up his offense by running it back to the 39.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if they're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Anderson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Oh, and a burst disaster by falling on his own fumble. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the first down marker. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped. Decision will be questioned. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Setting up the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. He makes a catch. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you've got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we try?
And he makes the extra point. Just over a minute to play. They're lining up for an onside kick to try to pull off this rally. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on third down. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Quick completion on the out. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. On a critical third down here in the fourth quarter. Surprise, surprise. Guess who they go to? That guy.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Good. He missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Well, that field goal could have iced the game, but with the miss, we've still got a close one.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And that pick will seal the game as the clock strikes 0. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.